Team USA. Starting with their head coach, Brett Helmer. Assistant coaches, Todd Enke and Tim Barnes. On the bench for Team USA, number 3, Brandon Dillon. Number 5, Steve Whaley. Number 17, Ben Dunn. Number 1, Ryan McClanahan. Now the starting lineup for Team USA, the catcher number 4, Bryson Baker. First baseman number 23, Kyle Pearson. The right fielder number 12, Brian Wegman. Second baseman number 7, Greg Connell. The left fielder number 30, Jeremy Yates. The pitcher number 8, Travis Clark. The extra hitter number 35, Ryan Harvey. The third baseman number 13, Gail Brungard. The center fielder number 6, Corey Briggs. The middle infielder number 22, Luis Pereira. And the shortstop number 14, Kevin Gazard. And now, your Team Canada, coached by Grant Garrett. Assistant coach Mike Hernenko. On the bench for Team Canada, number 6, Chad Stang. Number 5, Rick Wagner. Number 23, Todd Cadenhead. Number 7, Kyle Renders. Number 91, Danny Lepre. Number 4, Josh Zanoli. And number 55, Hunter Platten. And here's your starting lineup for Team Canada. Number 10, Jeff Zanoli. The shortstop, number 34, Colin Andrews. The center fielder, number 19, Steve Lewis. The first baseman, number 3, Justin Connell. The right field, number 1, Jeff Andrews. The second baseman, number 27, Curtis Niebel. In left field, number 41, Kyle Nechtel. The extra hitter, number 29, Ronnie Nadelin. The catcher, number 59, Dave Goulet. The third baseman, number 14, Dustin McLaughlin. And the pitcher, number 77, Chris Parr. The umpires for today's game. Behind the plate, we have Mark Duff. At first base, Brett Williamson. At second base, Sandra Foran. And third base, Mike Meisner. Can you please stand for our national anthems? Please remain standing for the playing of O Canada.
Welcome to the border battle in Kitchener at Peter Hallman Ball Yard. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by John Evans. This is the event of the weekend. We've already had the border battle with the women's teams, Team USA and Team Canada. The Americans winning that one 14-5, and they go home the border battle champs. And now it's up to the men, Team Canada and Team USA, to duke it out here, especially after coming out on the losing end yesterday on Saturday, both teams losing out to the USA Futures.
Yeah, the Futures were the best team here through the weekend. They ran a perfect record, upset back-to-back last night, both the U.S. team by putting up a 15-run inning that we didn't see coming, 14-14 going into the bottom of the fifth, and 15 runs quickly ended that game. And then they were in cruise control through most of the game against Canada with a 31-22 victory to end day two.
And we end day two on an interesting note, but day three has been nothing but exciting. Team Canada on the women's side couldn't exactly show up to play against a very dominant Team USA team to reclaim the border battle and bring it back home for the red, white, and blue as the second annual tournament for the women's side. So now that they have it split evenly, they know what it tastes like to win. I am excited for the third year, and we're not even done this weekend, but I'm excited for the third installment of the border battle for the women's side. But here we have a very dominant Team USA coming in against Team Canada. There's a lot on the line for the Canadians here in front of the Sea of Red in Kitchener at Peter Hallman Ball Yard, and the Americans, they just want to be able to upset the Canadians.
Yeah, they're going to look to get off to a quick start. They're staying with a pretty static lineup that they've used most of the weekend. Brett Helmer has gone with what's worked so far. They've looked to ambush teams when they've had the opportunity. Any small opportunity they've taken advantage of. We've talked about it all weekend about they're going to want to get off to a very quick start, and they're going to really want to put the pressure on. They were worried last year that they didn't, and this year they would like to change that up.
And Team USA has been very comfortable all weekend long doing their thing, which is getting on base, using those line drives to load up the bases as much as they can, and players like Bryson Baker able to turn it on with either a home run or a base knock, and he turns it on with a solo shot on the first pitch of the game. Chris Parr, let's go. A home run to Team USA here, the starting pitcher for Canada. I'm sure he wants that one back, but he's going up against a player like Bryson Baker, and it's almost automatic for him to do damage out with the stick. And now that brings up Kyle Pearson, the first baseman for the Americans, and he has to follow up a solo shot.
I think Team Canada would like him to do that. They'd like to exhaust those 10 home runs.
There's a shot up the middle, a chopper for Curtis Niebel. Nope, that was the middle infielder, Jeff Zanoli. Right place, right time. Team USA loves to use those choppers through the middle. So Zanoli, I am expecting, should be very busy this game so that Team USA does not exhaust those home runs too early. But there we have it, one out for the Americans. Zanoli making the nice play behind second base. That brings up the right fielder, Brian Wegman.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Parr will be too displeased with a solo home run up to Bryson Baker. That's one thing that can get this U.S. team in trouble.
There's a shot to the right side of the field. Will it stay? Woo! Cannot stay on it. Jeff Andrews dives, but the ball is nowhere near him. It tails feet away from the glove, and Wegman sprints his way to second with a stand-up double. And that paints the picture for Greg Cannell, the second baseman with a runner on. What are you thinking? Right side of the field, middle of the field?
Yeah, Greg here is going somewhere between wherever Steele Lewis sets up and that scoreboard. That's going to be where he's going to try and hit. Curtis Niebel's trying to take that away from him with the depth he's playing and trying to take it away. You see Steele Lewis moving around quite a bit in center.
And we're seeing Pinnell also shift towards second base side. But that was a shot over to right field. Jeff Andrews is able to get the ball in quickly from right, but that doesn't mean that they can keep the runner at second base. Team USA is able to advance and put a duck in the pond at third for Jeremy Yates, the left fielder, up at the dish. Oh, there's a shot down the right field line. That'll be foul way early on that pitch, but Yates doesn't seem fazed. He still has another pitch to deal with here.
Yeah, one of the worries for Team USA was hitting solo home runs. It's a race to 30. We've talked about it. Somewhere between 25, 32 is going to be the magic number. Who gets there the quickest?
And there's a weak chopper up the middle, but Zanoli can't get the ball out of his glove. And Yates legs it out for an RBI infield single. And that's not a good look on the Canadians there. That could have been their third out, and they could have gotten out of this mess. But Team USA takes a 2-0 lead here with a runner on first.
Yeah, very little between these two teams to decide it. Little small mistakes could be the big difference. Keeps innings rolling, and we know what happens when you get deep into innings.
This happens. Travis Clark, the pitcher for Team USA, finds the gap. He's able to send Yates all the way to third. And now he gets the runner, the 2-out courtesy runner at first.
Yeah, that's a 2-out pitcher rule. 2 out, they'll get the pitcher off the diamond for a runner so they can get their protective gear on. Yeah, that was one of the concerns for Team USA, that they didn't want to hit the solo home run. They have 10 to play with. Hitting solos isn't ideal early in the game. They were worried about it last year, and it cost them. So they're going to continue to be aggressive early.
And here's Ryan Harvey shooting one through the left side of the field. That brings in Yates. Moves the runner to second. Team USA with that 2-out rally that seems to be the spark that starts the blaze for the Americans.
It does. They really like to fan the fire when they have the opportunity, any chance they get. They're solid top of the order right through the bottom of the order.
Brunkard taking that first pitch.
Yeah, Dale's been a consistent threat.
There's a shot through the right field, left field line. Can Andrews make it? Yes, he does. Woo! What a diving catch toward the foul line on the left side of the field. Andrews, like a cat, goes down and comes right back up to get the out at second to get out of the inning. Let's have a quick look at that as Team Canada runs in to celebrate that last out. You can see Andrews getting in position on the left side of your screen. Ready, set, the ball comes. There's Andrews with the leap to his throwing side, which isn't very easy to do because he's being taken away from the play, but he gets up so fast and he knows before the ball is hit where he can go in different situations.
Great anticipation. That what I picked up on that thing, the interesting thing was Colin's been doing that now for a day and a half, and almost on the bottom of the screen as you see Colin diving, elevating himself, pulling that ball out of the air. You almost see Chris Parr pointing to him before the play's even made, almost expecting that as being routine, and that's certainly far from routine.
When your pitcher knows that your defenders can make those difficult plays, I think that is one of the best feelings in the world because there's so much pressure on a pitcher to be able to place the ball where it needs to go, and the game is riding on his arm, his or her arm. So having that support defensively is a great help. And
I think it shows how tight this Canadian men's team is. They get thrown together, people from all over the country. They have to gel fairly quickly. They've had some ups and downs this weekend, that Futures game, the defeat there. They've put up good amount of runs the whole weekend, but you can already see the gel. Most of these players are returning players from the championship team from last year, so they have a great command and respect for each other, and they expect each other to do well, and they're pulling for each other to do well, which really makes a team a team.
It sounds like great chemistry there. You have all the right ingredients. It just takes a little bit of time, and that's what this tournament has been great for, being able to allow the teams to develop, because they're all at ages where they have full-time jobs or they have other responsibilities, so it's very difficult to get everybody across the country, no doubt, to get them together. And once they're here, it's a great way for them to work out the kinks, and by the time the border battle comes out, they're all on the same page. And we've seen that with the women's side as well as with the men's side defensively. Now leading off for the Canadians is the middle infielder, Jeff Zanoli, wearing the helmet. Travis Clark starting for the Americans, and he finds the hole right up the middle. Luis Reina, the middle infielder, has no chance at that kind of a play. They let him stand at first. Zanoli earns himself a leadoff single for the Maple Leafs.
Been waiting for a holy cannoli Zanoli out of you. It's been sitting there right on your plate now for almost 2 full days, and
I think I ate it.
there's a good chance.
I hate that holy Zanoli cannoli already. Well, now up to bat, the Colin Andrews that we've come to know and expect great things from at shortstop here. Let's see if he can play with the bat. Uh-oh, high chopper to Greg Cannell at second, and they make the play at first easily. But Zanoli able to move that cannoli to second base.
Yeah, Colin, a mishit there. He certainly was looking for that hole, and just got a little bit too quick on it, hit the top part of the ball, and put the high chopper. Greg Cannell, obviously, he's been watching this weekend and charged that ball as much as he could, got rid of it quickly as Colin can get down the line.
And here's Steele Lewis. See the infielders adjusting, giving themselves some room for the shortstops and the second baseman. Staggering Luis Reina behind second base, trying to cut off the hard choppers up the middle. They want line drives from Steele Lewis because at least they have a chance to get him out here. He takes both pitches now. Full count for Lewis. He takes a strike there. Great pitch from Travis Clark to battle back here, working with a 2-2 count.
Mark Gow has certainly earned
3-2 count.
the chance to be the home plate umpire here in the gold medal.
And there's a shot from Lewis. Oh boy, it's into the next ballpark in left center field. The people in the stands in left center are having a show. It's like lying down on your car and watching the airplanes fly over you. Steele Lewis putting up some runs for Team Canada here. Necessary runs. Got to do it yourself sometimes, and Steele Lewis is the one to look to in those situations. And here we have Justin Pinnell, the first baseman for the Maple Leafs.
Mark Gow, I was going to just mention they were starting to let some height go. He did call that pitch illegal due to height. It looks like Travis Clark certainly has a plan coming in this game that he was going to work with the high arc here early. Worked for Tara in the ladies' game. He had the Team Canada girls out of sync early on with getting that high strike call and continued to exploit it.
And Pinnell takes a strike. There's a shot in the gap. Can Team USA catch it? Yes, they do. Corey Briggs with a stellar catch, keeping that off the ground. Great diving catch from the center fielder and keeping Pinnell, who is a threat on the bases, off. Back to the bench you go, Pinnell. Great piece of hitting, though. Team Canada still have work to do with 2 gone. Jeff Andrews, the right fielder.
A lot of people here to see the offense, but so far showing.
Can I just say it, please?
You can. I was trying to set it up for you, and I stepped all over it.
Well, Jeff Andrews ends the inning with a fly out to Cannell. That ends the threat. It's a 3-2 ball game. And I can't stress enough, the offense is what brings you to the ballpark and the play game like a border battle, but it's the defense that keeps you here. We'll see you in the second inning after this.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. Mom! So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
For Team USA, center fielder number 6, Corey Briggs.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning, and Team USA is leading Team Canada 3-2 in this very tight border battle game. The center fielder, Corey Briggs, leading off for Team USA. He rips a shot to Dustin McLaughlin, and he makes the throw across the diamond, getting out the speedy Briggs in speedy fashion.
Batting for Team
Very nicely done. That's what Team Canada's looking for. They're looking for a quick inning here. Chris Parr knows that. He dropped a first pitch strike in there, really put the pressure on Corey Briggs to put the ball in play. And a great play to get it across the diamond there for the first out.
And there we have Luis Reyna, the middle infielder for Team USA. The Canadian infielders are trying to pinch him on the left side and a little bit up the middle as well, utilizing that 5-man infield. Luis Reyna is still very effective at finding the gaps. He's going to try and avoid the left side of the field unless it's over their heads.
I think he's certainly looking at the middle part of the diamond. There's a bit of movement there from the Canadian players, but he's going to look for a hole somewhere near second base.
Reyna lets that one go.
Chris trying to keep him inside to limit the ability to go that way.
One out, working with the full count for Reyna. Yes, there he goes up the middle, but Parr is there. Puts Reyna away. Quick throw to first. 2 gone for the Canadians. And then that brings up Kevin Bazat, the shortstop for the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, Kevin's going to do his best here to roll it to the top of the lineup. He knows what his job is down there. He's got to battle and fight here in a big spot.
In comes the pitch. He lets that one go for a strike. Parr getting ahead early, 1-2 in the count. Throws the knuckler up the middle, just narrowly missing the umpire out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Sandy had a scamper. She's already been bitten once this weekend.
You know all about that, John?
Yes. I don't know. Someone said it might happen.
Somebody said it, and it wasn't me in this broadcast.
I don't know who it was.
Just a little bit of hindsight working in your favor, and Sandy's all right. She did get smoked by a hard-hit ball in the middle of the infield on our first day of the border battle, but she's a champ and she's still working hard out there. We have 2 gone for the Canadians here with a runner on first, and top of the order, Bryson Baker.
Base hit button pushed here, I think.
Quite possible. Or walk button. He does have a 3rd button, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like there was an extra button in the toolbox.
Kyle Pearson digging in.
I'm going to suspect he's going to go for a home run here. I think they want to move the board. 2 out. Last year's vividly in their memories. They thought they were a little hesitant early on, worrying about the use of the home run. 3-run homer, extend the lead.
Yes, he does. And boy, does he wind up for that. See you later. That ball ain't coming back. Pearson with a 3-run shot for Team USA. Like you said, you call a spade a spade. Team USA trying to get ahead early, not worrying too much about their home run count, but they are using it at the right times. There's 3 runs with 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah, that was a good utilization there of the home run. 2 out. You can't give up 0 innings.
Brian Wegman, the right fielder. There's a knuckler he lets go, and that's a great pitch. Great start to the at-bat for Parr as he gets ahead early again. Woof! Off the toe. Nobody knows where it went, but Greg Cannell has to corral that ball off of Parr's foot, and that is Curtis Niebel making the play, controlling the situation, and it looks like Chris Parr is okay. He is wearing protective equipment, and that's what you have to do when you're a pitcher. Again towards Parr. Doesn't tip it this time, but Steele Lewis brings the ball in, and now Team USA is threatening with 2 runners on with 2 out.
Yeah, it looks like the U.S. is going to wear out the middle here a little bit early and get themselves again in these situations for a 3-run homer. I would expect nothing less here from Jeremy.
Jeremy Yates. You see Team Canada adjusting. Curtis Niebel playing deep, a deep second base position, with Zanoli hovering around the second base mark. And Yates takes the walk. Bases are juiced.
Yeah, these little mistakes we talk about, the differences with the team so minute. Having the walks, any little errors, not ending innings, 2 out in an inning, try and squash any rise up. So far, Team US has been able to capitalize by scoring 3 runs with 2 out.
That's right. 2 out seems to mean hit some more for Team USA, and they've showed that all weekend. They have such a comfort level that has exceeded all the other teams that we've seen so far this weekend. 2 outs. It's almost like that's when they like to hit the most. And now this is a situation Canada does not want to be in. 2 gone. Team USA is comfortable with the bases loaded, and Travis Clark probably eager to work on his cause as he's the starting pitcher for the Americans. He rips a shot out of the park. Grand slam for the pitcher. Everybody walked back to the dugout. Bases are clear. That's a 4-run shot. And the Americans pull ahead 10-2.
All with 2 out. 7 runs so far tallied on 2 out. One of those opportunity things again. The U.S. team smells it, and they certainly put their best foot forward in those situations.
And there's Harvey. Harvey making a dangerous line shot over to Parr. Everyone's checking to see if he's okay. He seems to have a target on him this inning, but he looks all right. Probably a little shaken up. The Canadian side, the coaching staff coming out to make sure their pitcher's okay.
I think Reg was walking out there, coach of Team Canada, kind of suggesting a little bit for Chris to maybe ask the coaches to come out just to slow this down a little bit. Chris waves him off, says, "I'm fine. Give me the ball. Let's get going here."
That's right. You don't want to mess up your pitcher's rhythm at the same time. And there we go. Brunkart fouling off the first pitch. Down to the count, 1-2.
Big spot here in the game. Canada would like to get out of this inning now. Keep it to a handful of runs.
Oh, and he gets caught looking. Brunkart turns the other way, but really should have stayed with it. Chris Parr, I think he is okay, waving off Reg from coming out onto the field to defuse the situation. Parr takes matters into his own hands with a backwards K, but Team USA pulling ahead 10-2, sticking Canada 8 after 2.
Yeah, they got to go. Team Canada can't let this get too overwhelming for them. It's a big stage. You can see the stands, lots of people in there. You know, the crowd can work for and against you. They're here to give a big push in the back, and they're pulling for everyone here. But at the same time, you don't want to get that lead too far out of reach and add extra pressure to you that you don't necessarily need.
That's right, and at least Canada has the hammer in this game, but the word of this game could be overwhelming. Team USA has just shown how dominant they are, and Team Canada can definitely compete, but Team USA has been able to turn it on, especially when the chances look dim for the Americans.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We saw it in the ladies' game this morning. The Americans had the ability. They got up early. Team Canada didn't answer right off the hop, and they just kept moving that line across. 1-1, 3-5, 2-2. Like they just kept moving the needle, and it just became more and more. So instead of chasing 4, instead of chasing 5, and then it was 7, then it was 8, it just became, it just seemed like it was too overwhelming. So Canada's certainly not in a bad position here. 3 homers hit for the American team. You're stuck 8 very early in the ball game. You just don't want to let it get away from you.
That's right, and Canada has 1 home run gone out of their 10, only able to score 2 runs with 1 home run in the mix. And Team Canada certainly has some work to do here on this border battle matchup on Hawk Sports Network. Bottom of the second brings up the second baseman, Curtis Nebel.
Yeah, Curtis will look to get Team Canada going here.
There's a shot to the left field line. Will it stay or will it go? No, it is foul.
Possibly looking to play a little game with that mesh out there. There's a mesh about 18 feet high, maybe 20 feet high. Starts in center field, does wrap itself around to the third base line. If you're just joining us here for the first time, hard to see on TV there, but it does come in play. The ball hits that mesh. It is in play.
Nebel with the liner. Cannot get it by Jeremy Yates, gets by him. Nebel slides into second base, and that was a rocket to the fence. And Jeremy Yates had a great first step. He was very close to that, but Nebel just had way too much power behind that swing. At least he gives Canada a lead-off double to get things going. And Kyle Nechtel, another hitter that's very dangerous, either with walks and pushing balls out to the right side of the field, and that could give Niebel an opportunity to run like the Dickens home. There's the leg kick. Up the middle, Niebel gets the stop sign around third, probably for good reason. It was a little too shallow for Team Canada to do any work on and put too much pressure. That would have been a bad move because Corey Briggs was coming in way too hard, and he has the arm strength to make a play at home. And here's the EH, Ron Nadalin, with runners on the corners and none out.
Yeah, that was a good hold there at third base. You're certainly knocking on the door of Mr. Momentum's closet. You're about to ask him to come over to your side. You don't want to stop that potential.
There's a ball, Nadalin.
The Americans will feed off a good defensive play, much like the Canadians have.
There's a shot. That's a moon shot here on a nice Sunday afternoon from Nadalin. There's a 3-run home run. Maple Leafs, they pull within 5 with one swing of the bat and only none out.
Yeah, there's the answer. The big key here is not to let up, right? It seems like they've done a lot of work, but you suddenly look up at the scoreboard. You've only cut the lead in half. Still more work to do here.
Of course. Keeping me honest here, John. Dave Goulet lines it right to Cannell. He knows what to do with it. Flips it over to first for the easy out. The first one in the bottom of the second here for Canada.
Only the first out, no panic.
Not at all. Here's Dustin McLaughlin, the third baseman for Team Canada. Takes a strike, first pitch from Travis Clark.
Not sure if Dustin's unhappy with the height of that pitch. It certainly looked like it crossed the strike zone in a good spot. Mark Gow's proven to have a pretty consistent and strong strike zone this entire weekend.
There's a tomahawk shot right to Corey Briggs. He knows what to do with it. Easy play, easy catch. And that keeps Canada off the base paths here. 2 gone for the Americans.
Yeah, Canada has to match 2 out runs here. The U.S. is going to put some up. They did the last inning, as we're aware. They put up 7 with 2 out. Canada has to scratch some 2 out runs here, match what the U.S. has done.
And Chris Park coming in to do some work for himself. Fouls it over to the left side of the field, into the stands.
Travis Clark is going to look into his bag of tricks here, throw the best pitch he's got.
Oh, and he swings at a doozy of a pitch. Brunkard fires it over to third, from third to first, and that ends the threat from Team Canada. They're able to cut the lead to 5, but they have some more work to do. We'll see you in the third inning.
for Team USA. The center fielder, number 6, Corey Briggs.
Welcome back. The top of the third inning, Team USA. Leading off with Corey Briggs, the center fielder. He just gets under this one. It looks like Steele Lewis has a play on that. He's able to make the easy pop out. Canada gets one out on the board here.
That's a good spot for Chris Parr to put the pedal down here a little bit on the defensive side. Bottom third of the order. Don't let the U.S. get back up to the top and start that big inning like they did the last inning. He got the first 2 outs of the bottom 3. Opened the floodgates a little bit, Kevin Bazat, and we know what happened after that.
Yes, we do. That was a big inning from Team USA, and Canada's trying to avoid that from happening again. Luis Reina ripping it over to Justin Pinnell. Look what I found. Even as he was mid-movement towards second base to be able to have better coverage up the middle. It just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Sometimes that works.
It's worked very well for a lot of stellar defenders this weekend. They just have a sixth sense for knowing where to be. Kevin Bazat, is he able to get it out? No. Steele Lewis makes the last out of the inning. That's 2 outs for Lewis in this inning. And Canada sits down the Americans 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah, that should be a big momentum shift. Canada scratch and claw. They seem to make more noise than they actually did the last inning. There seemed to be a lot going on. They did only tally 3 runs. But to come out that quick, that fast, get 3 outs, give themselves an opportunity to dig into that lead a little bit more. The U.S. is going to be coming back with the top of their lineup, so you're going to anticipate a little offensive push from them. So it would be nice to it would be ideal to get to the lead at this point.
That's right, and Canada needs that push. It's not just one of those tune-up games that we've been seeing leading up to this border battle. This is for all the marbles. This is for the title. And you have your homegrown crowd here behind you cheering you on in that sea of red in Kitchener. And now we're going with the top of the order and getting to the meat of the order for Team Canada. This is a good position to be in, putting up basically a goose egg on Team USA after being so strong the first 2 at-bats for them. Team Canada must be feeling good about this.
Yeah, I think they're going to be feeling much better if they do put up their handful of runs here without using up too many of the home runs. The U.S. use of the home runs is still pretty solid. They're certainly averaging well over 3 runs per home run used, which is a good ratio, but I still really believe that the race to 30 is still on. We're quite early in the game here, and 30 is a number, so you're at 5, you got some work to do. You just realize and understand you're not going to get him back with 1 swing.
Well, if Team USA can put up 5 runs, so can Team Canada. Jeff Zanoli digging in for the Canadians. There's a shot. Will it stay in the park? No, it does not. Zanoli, you can make your way back to the dugout. That's a solo shot for the Canadians, and that is their 3rd home run this game in the bottom of the 30s. He comes back to the dugout getting his handshakes. Team Canada needed a spark here. Even if they had to use one of their home runs, they needed something to get started on the good foot.
Each player's got to go up and put his best swing on that. Jeff put a good swing on it, just got a little bit under, but he was looking for that gap, maybe off the mesh. It happened to go to the park, but you can't be upset that you put a good swing and tried to execute
and
your
put
plan.
a run on the board. There's Colin Andrews, probably not too happy with that swing. A hard chopper to Luis Reina makes mincemeat of that play. Easy play for the stellar middle infielder, and that brings up Steele Lewis.
Yeah, Luis Reina is certainly a twilight zone for balls that go into it. They never come out and then zip across the infield as you realize the ball was in his glove the whole time.
It's like a black hole, and Lewis, can he make it through the... Yes, he does. He legs it out on a great play from Kevin Bazat, able to have the range and the speed to trap that ball on the grass and get up and make a quick throw, but Steele Lewis is just that much quicker. Canada playing with a runner on first, but it looks like there's some contention on the field.
Yeah, he really hustled down the line there. I think the U.S. coaches are sitting there asking if Steele Lewis, he has to touch the orange bag when running down the line. That's why it's there. It is a safety bag, and I think the U.S. team is asking if he did step on the orange bag or not.
That's also another rule that's synonymous with softball as well, that orange bag. You need that safety bag, and it makes sense because the diamond is so much smaller that you have to be able to have some separation and a safe base path for the runner coming from home plate after making contact.
This is interesting. Steele Lewis plays for Brett Helmer's run team in the U.S. Brett Helmer, the head coach for the U.S. squad. Brett's out there asking about what bag he touched, I believe, going down the first baseline. Our angle's perfect looking down the line. It looked like Steele got a majority of the orange bag. But they've seen something or believe they saw something where they want to question the American umpire manning first base, who's done a good job this weekend. Brett Williamson at first, Sandra Ferrand at second, and Mike Maisner, the American, down the third base line, and Canadian Mark Gal behind the plate has taken control of this game. Said, let's go, guys. Steele Lewis safe at first. 1-1 count, 1 out, bottom 3.
That brings up the first baseman, Justin Pinnell, who can put a beating on the ball.
Illegal pitch called here by Mark.
Oh, he pops this one up. Greg Cannell, he's parked under that hit. And there's another out for the Americans here, keeping Steele Lewis on first base.
We talked about that a little bit earlier in some of the earlier games today of how important it was going to be for the Team Canada to make sure they hit behind Steele Lewis. We weren't sure what Team USA's plan was, if they were going to go at him, force him to beat them, or if try and make the players behind them do so.
There's Jeff Andrews, the right fielder here for the Canadians, takes a strike from Clark. Canada's stuck 4.
Jeff's going to be looking to continue this inning, 2 out.
Takes a full count here. There's a ripper shot to the right side of the field. Hello, home run, Team Canada. It's a 2-run shot for the Maple Leafs. Let's make it 10-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Slowly but surely chipping away.
Yeah, this is a good response here by Team Canada. Not ideal. You got the goose egg. You didn't want to waste that goose egg. So they've got 3 runs, hitting 2 homers. But they've closed the gap. They're starting to make this a bit of a ball game and keep the pressure on the U.S. side.
Curtis Niebel launching one to the right center field alley, and he's in there for a double. Great piece of hitting right to the fence. Doesn't eat up a home run here. The Canadians are already stuck 4 home runs. 6 left. They've used 1 more than the Americans so far. Down by 2 here with a runner in scoring position for Kyle Knechtel.
You certainly want to worry about saving those home runs, but like we said, you have to put the best swing on the ball. If it happens to go, it happens to go. You got to get to the lead. You got to get close to it. You have to close the gap, which Team Canada has done so far this inning.
Knechtel misses that one, gets way on top of it. Easy chopper to Cannell as he flips that over to first. Team USA, their lead is dwindling, but still ahead by 2. We'll see you in the 4th inning.
For Team USA, the catcher, number 4, Bryson Baker.
Welcome back. It's the top of the 4th inning. Team Canada versus Team USA border battle. The finale of this beautiful weekend at Peter Hallman Ball Yard. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by John Evans. Team USA leading off with the top of their order. Bryson Baker with a line shot to Steele Lewis. In center field, covering a lot of ground. And a hard hit ball from Baker.
That's a good start for Team Canada. Got a goose egg, close the gap, close the margin. They got it within 2. Top of the lineup, we're expecting a pushback from the U.S., so grabbing an out is a fantastic start for Chris Parr.
And that brings up Kyle Pearson, the first baseman for the Americans. Digging in. There's a chopper to the third base side. Can McLaughlin make it there in time? No, he cannot.
Good play all around there. Played deep, gave himself a chance. Kyle Pearson noticed that, hit a chopper to him and said, I'll challenge the arm with my legs, and he won the battle this time.
And that's right, McLaughlin, sometimes there is such a thing as being too deep, especially on a ground ball to the infield. Team USA, they look big, but boy, can they move. Same with the Canadians. These athletes are the full package, so Pearson stands at first with 1 out. That brings up Brian Wegman to the right side of the field. Justin Pinnell, another great grab by first base. Incredible.
Yeah, Justin's a difference maker. We've seen him all over the diamond. This weekend we've seen him in some outfield positions, got moved into first yesterday halfway through the Futures game and made a number of good picks and some line drives snagged out of the air.
And it's so difficult to be that utility player because you have to have the reflexes to be able to move as fast as you can, just like Kevin, just like Colin Andrews on the Canadian side at shortstop. But you need those reflexes to be able to move as fast as you can on the corner infield, as well as to be able to get a good jump and a good run, a good route to balls on the outfield. Let's have a look at that hit again. Colin Andrews making a sick grab
on the lip of the grass there, getting ready for that line drive, and
that's it. He barely had to move, but it was just instinct.
Yeah, for sure. Almost angry at the fact that Greg Cannell would be that type of guy to hit a ball so hard at him.
Do you get upset when people hit balls hard at you?
I do, yes. As a former pitcher, hit it to anybody else but me's good. I'm okay with that.
Well, I would hate to be you in a situation pitching against Team USA because they seem to love to go up the middle.
Yeah, they've shown early on. I think they're going to get back to that. They had a recipe early on in this game that they've kind of gone away from. They were punching those holes up the middle. Kyle Pearson did a little bit that last inning by hitting that one hopper to Dustin, who was unable to throw him out on a bang-bang play. They have to start getting base runners on here. They're holding back a little bit like they did last year and it ended up ultimately catching them. They've used 3 home runs. Sooner or later, they got to put, like the Canadians have been doing, their best swing and taking whatever result comes with it.
And what do you mean by holding back?
They're not putting their best swings on the ball. They're trying to guide it into positions, or they're trying not to elevate the ball. And they're hitting those line drive outs. They're good outs. We've seen the one at Justin Pinnell. We saw the one there to Colin Andrews. But Greg Cannell can hit gap to gap. I think there might have been a little bit of fear in there. A couple outs. He was looking, not looking to those gaps or the lines. We saw Team USA last night was at their best early on in that Futures game when they were trying to just roll things through the infield and punch holes in the outfield. They look a little bit out of sync, but as we've seen with them, they can turn that on in any inning and put up a whole bunch of runs. So Team Canada's got to really, really take advantage of the back-to-back goose egg.
They have been flashing the leather, the Team Canada. Great positioning also on their end. It's not like Andrews or Pinnell has had to move very far to be able to dive and make those massive plays on those hard hit line drives. They know where to be. So now that they have the chance to be on the sticks and try to erase this 2-run lead on the Americans, Ron Nadelin, the EH, for the Canadians, has a chance to get on base.
Home run his first at bat, a bit of a miss hit, but he put his best swing on it. He was looking to hit the mesh. It just got over top of it. I think we'll see Ron maybe try and hit something to right field if he gets a high, deep pitch here.
Not the pitch he wanted. He lets that go for a strike from Clark. A legal pitch. Oh, another called strike. Oh, sorry,
No,
ball.
I think, yeah.
Ball, my
It's tough
apologies.
to tell with Mark. He's quite animated back there.
And there's a line shot. Great piece of hitting with a full count from Nadalin, doing his job as the extra hitter, getting on base. And
I can call where they're going to hit the ball. I just can't do it myself, so it's much funner up here, feeling like I'm playing a video game, going, let's do this.
press A for single, press B for double.
I'm pressing an A here. No, I'm hit a B for a double. Let him see if he's going to hit that Louisville Slugger sign in.
There's a shot, not to the Louisville Slugger sign, but close enough. But Jeremy Yates is there to gobble that up. Team USA getting their first out of the inning. And that brings up number 14, Dustin McLaughlin, flashing the leather from beyond the third base mark.
This place is just itching to erupt here, so see if Team Canada can give him something to cheer about.
There's a high flyer shot.
It's going to be out of here.
Yates can't go any further. That's out of here. A solo shot. A 2-run shot from McLaughlin. He can do it on the field, and he can do it in the batter's box. Team Canada is all tied up at 10. That brings out the pitcher, Chris Parr.
Yeah, got them to the 5 home runs they've used now. Going to be a substitution here for the hitter, or for the pitcher, Chris Parr. We've seen Rick Wagner playing for the Cahooniverse West team over the last few days. Really on it. I had someone up here in the booth just before the game mentioning, looking at some of the stats, they believe he hit 900 for this tournament and has warranted the spot here on Team Canada, and he's the first player Reg is going to go to on the bench. I would suspect to see Chris Parr back in the game right after this to pitch, and looking for Rick Wagner to get a hit.
Wow, 900 on the weekend. Can he keep the streak going? Yes, he can. There's a solo shot from Wagner coming off the bench. The kids are able to catch that one out in the no man's land. Team Canada pulls ahead by 1, 11-10. And there's that confidence. We're starting to see it strung together here, but now they've already used up 6 home runs in the 4th inning.
Yeah, this is the recipe people around the park were talking about that might have doomed the U.S. was hitting a large amount of home runs and not, averaging much less than 2 runs per homer.
There's a shot from Zanoli, just misses. Corey Briggs is able to make the easy catch, gliding over underneath the slow pitch ball. And that's 2 out for the Americans. That gives way for Colin Andrews, the shortstop for Team Canada.
Colin's not had 2 solid ABs here, so he's going to be looking to turn that around. Too good of a player to struggle much more. We'll see something driven here into the right center field gap, I'm guessing.
There's a shot through the right, up the middle. And he called it there, Colin Andrews.
Yeah, he's too good of a hitter and player to struggle much longer than he had. He's in that important spot in front of Steele Lewis. Him and Jeff have been setting the table for Steele, which is an offensive difference maker, and they need to utilize what Steele brings to the game.
The man of the hour, Steele Lewis, with a line drive in the gap in left center field. Will that give room for Adams to make it third? He is out of there. Cannot get past the tag from Brunkard. A perfect throw from Corey Briggs at center field. Wow. Team USA ends the threat. Team Canada was on a tear. They pull ahead by 1, but there's still lots of game left. We'll see you in the 5th inning.
Chris Parr back in the ball game as we suspected after that pitch hit home run hit by Rick Wagner.
3 in for 77?
Looks like the U.S. Oh, this is Jeremy Yates at the plate.
Oh, and he turns on that one. Got to straighten that out, Yates. That was to the parking lot. Team USA down by 1 in the top of the 5th here. Team Canada able to chip away. And there's a shot up the middle. Parr. It almost seems like Parr has a target on him, and Team USA is able to stretch that into a double. Yates on his horse, watching the outfielders intently to see how quickly they can get the ball in, and just not quick enough. He slides in there for a leadoff double. That brings up the pitcher, Travis Clark, number 8. Got a runner in scoring position here that he can play with.
Yeah, Jeremy Yates went to that formula that was working early for them, punching that hole up the middle and setting it up for his teammates.
Again, Clark back-to-back hits up the middle. They can only go station to station here. Yates getting the stop sign at 3rd. Leaves second base open for the Canadians to have a force play. Still not out, though.
Yeah, Ryan Harvey. I think Team USA is going to make a concerted effort here to go for it. And I think you're going to start seeing some home runs hit, and this is a perfect opportunity for one of them.
Ryan Harvey takes the first pitch. 1-2. There's a shot to the left field side, a line drive. That scores Yates easily. Again, moving station to station here. 2 runners on. 3rd base is open for the Americans, and Brunkart is up at the dish for the Americans. Someone who's been very consistent all weekend long, and he can either shoot one over the mesh or find a nice spot to land a line drive within the lines here. There's a moon rocket. Doesn't look like it has legs, but it does. There's a 3-run shot for Brunkart, the 3rd baseman, and Team USA pulls ahead 14-11.
Yeah, that was the concerted effort here. We were talking earlier about putting the best swings on and what we thought Team Canada was doing. Certainly Ryan Harvey did there. He put his best swing on the ball. If it went out, it went out. If he slightly missed it and hit a line drive base hit, so be it.
And there's that line drive base hit. I'll take it, Briggs. The center fielder standing at first with ease. That brings up the middle infielder, Luis Reina. Probably another line drive, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him hit something maybe at the feet of Chris Parr towards second base. It's hard to defend those balls that are right at your feet. Anything line drived at you, it's a little easier to catch as a pitcher, but I think you're going to see Luis try and roll something towards second base.
And he is up in the box. That's it. That's the shot he wanted. Picture perfect. Line drive to right field down the line here. Team USA is flying home, and there's a run. Reina thinking about an inside the park home run here, but Team Canada's defense is 2 on top of it. They control the situation. Parr has the ball now, and Team USA pulls ahead 15-11. And that brings up the shortstop, Kevin Bazat.
Team USA just seems to know when it's go time. You could see the way they were walking into the dugout, everyone taking their glove off, going to their batters' gloves. Everyone here is anticipating an at-bat.
Bazat takes the first pitch. He does not leave this one to chance, just under the glove of McLaughlin. Bazat taking a huge rounding first. Trying to add that pressure. Team USA's base runners have been adding a lot of pressure to Team Canada. Haven't been able to get anybody out, but Team USA has been able to squander any chances along the bases for Team Canada so far, quite namely that last play at third base.
Not sure if Bryson got enough of it.
Hello, goodbye, Bryson Baker, but it
mesh.
stays in off the mesh. Baker only makes it to first. Bazat, not knowing where that ball was going to go, there is none out, so he has to make sure he's able to tag up if he can. But at that point, if you know that that ball is going to be that high, you better get moving.
Yeah, I think he wanted just to hold there in case the ball either went out or Kyle made a play off the mesh, knowing Kyle Pearson's going to be swinging for a home run here, so getting to third might not necessarily be necessary.
There it is. Everybody knows it. The ooh, past the trees in Waterloo. Kyle Pearson doing work with a 3-run shot for Team USA. Still none out. The Americans are in their happy place.
This is the inning. You know they were going to have one big one, so at one point you had to stop it. Good thing Kyle Pearson has those gardening gloves on. Might as well keep them on and go out and help whatever garden he just ruined there.
He did ruin the
There's some tulips upturned with that one.
I'm sure there's a few tulips, a couple trees. They may have even had a little bit of a heart attack seeing that ball coming straight for them.
Some roof damage of a meteorite.
That's right. You know who to call, City of Kitchener.
Just bring an orange shirt.
That's it. And what a rip by Wegman. He wanted that one. That one was not going to find any gloves if that was straightened out. But he gets another crack at it. 2-2 count for Wegman.
Team Canada, Chris Parr, they have to figure out how to stop this. Stop it now, minimize the damage. Still within 8 here. You have the opportunity to hit, again, a race to 30.
Team USA is well on their way. Wegman finding the gap between Zanoli and Andrews. He rounds first. He's going for second with ease. No chance.
No, Brian can really move when he puts his mind to it. Long-time Team USA participant. He may have been to all of them. Might be one of the few guys. Greg Cannell might be. He may have missed a year or two.
There's Cannell taking a ball in the first at-bat from Chris Parr. There's a shot to McLaughlin just under the glove. Team USA will score. Greg Cannell will stay at second, 20-11.
Yeah, the
Team
coaching
USA.
staff has to start mulling around here. You can't let this continue to go. You know they're good hitters. You know they're going to put it up, but do something to mix it up, right? If you have to say time, make a defensive replacement, even if you got to move some defenders around, maybe for a batter or two, even if you decided to go with a 4-man outfield. Something that slows this thing down. Starting to cave in a little bit on it. Now you're starting to make some mental miscues by missing that ball at third base. Just stop what's going on here. Take a deep breath, regroup. Just don't let it get out of sight.
That's right, and you can see they're all huddling in the middle of the infield. Reg giving McLaughlin pat on the back. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you make up for it.
Yeah, that's certainly not going to be the difference in the game. A small miscue like that. Just keep your head up. Keep rolling here. Grab an out. Someone's got to steal an out here somehow.
That brings up Jeremy Yates for the Americans. Runner in scoring position at second base. Still none out for the red, white, and blue. Yates keeps turning on those pitches, lining them foul into the stands on the right side of the field.
I'm not sure what he's trying to do with that swing. If he's really trying to hook that ball down the line, it certainly seems like kind of out of sync, disjointed swing.
Yes, the timing does not look his best, but Yates still puts it together here off the mesh. Team USA can work with that. Now there's runners at second and third with none out. And Travis Clark, the pitcher, already a grand slam in his last at-bat. Now he's got 2 runners on here. He's been having a good day with thanks to the hitters in front of him by getting on base to make his job easier.
Yeah, he made a difference here in the second inning when the U.S. got 7 runs by hitting that 4-run bomb.
He chops it up the middle. Can Zanoli do something with it? Yes, he does, but they still score a run. Team USA is able to play to run courtesy of that Clark. Clark hit to Zanoli. Sack, ground out, RBI. And that brings up Ryan Harvey, the EH.
Only the first out there, Natalie.
Exactly. Team USA has lots to work with here. And Zanoli can't do anything with that. That one hops over his glove. Yates scores. And there you go. Harvey doing his job, hitting them in, getting on. And we have a change with Team USA, it seems. We see Steve Whaley getting ready to dig into the batter's box.
Whaley in, it looks like, for Dale Brungart, the third baseman. This could be a combination move, Natalie. It could be Steve's very strong defensively. Brett could be looking at this as going, let's give Whaley an at-bat here, plus we're going to use him for defense here, and now that they've got out to a bit of a lead.
There's that leg kick. She gone. Nechtel watches it as it hits the ground. We have a little bit of a group of kids, almost like the home run derby, the MLB All-Star game. They're shagging balls out there in left field. Team USA adding more runs here.
Yeah, Corey Briggs is going to look to get it going. They're looking here. They're 3 hitters away from, oh no, sorry, they're not. But they've run through the order here pretty well.
There's a shot from Briggs. Nice line drive. Gets by Jeff Andrews, but he's able to cut it off quickly. Cannot make the throw to second. Briggs. Boy, he can zoom around those bases.
Yeah, he's quick. This lineup is littered with power, speed, defensive hands, and just baseball smarts up and down this lineup.
Luis Reyna trying to match that. It'll tail away from the play. Foul ball for Reyna. Down 1-2 in the count with a long strike on the right side of the field. Team USA leading 24-11. Both teams have 6 home runs.
14-run inning. Looking to add on it. Lulu's looking to continue it here for Kevin Bazat.
Still one out. There's a rip in the alley of right center. Briggs will score easily.
Going to get out of here. That ball.
And that's a home run. Wow. Luis Reyna using up the Americans' 7th home run in the 5th inning here. That's a 2-run shot for the middle infielder.
Yeah, looking to drive that gap, but back to that, put your best swing on the ball and see what happens. The Americans have changed their attitude here in this inning of what their focus was, and it's really paid off for them.
There you got it. Cannell. Oh, and Pinnell cannot hold on to that play, that throw from Curtis Niebel, the second baseman on Team Canada. He was in great position.
Couple small miscues here for Team Canada. U.S. has capitalized on them, as we spoke of.
And that puts a runner on base for Bryson Baker. You do not want to give more fuel to the fire with this batter up.
Look at the contagious hitting. The U.S. teams all littered out of the dugout. Olin with bats and batting gloves on. Everyone itching to get in that bat. There's 3 or 4 guys just in a line going, let's keep this thing going. We're not stopping. We're not stopping.
So much fun right now.
Yeah, it's a fun part of the game, right? The hitting part. You're able to smile, and Grant Garrett's going to make a defensive move. I'm not sure the exact move here. We got some stuff. Ron Nadlin, who's been the extra hitter, is going to catch. Dave Goulet has come off the diamond. I don't know if that means what the exact. We'll get you the change. We'll get you the change as Andrew has received the change, and we'll bring it to you, but there's a chance, I'm going to guess that Kyle Renders has gone in for Dave Goulet.
It certainly looks that way. The pickup from the Kahunaverse East team. Pitching could be one of the ways Canada gets back into this, but Team USA is able to do a lot with very little when it comes to pitch selection.
Yeah, they're not going to worry too much about this pitching change. They're going to look for the pitches they've been hitting and drive them. Kyle Pearson's the perfect guy to keep it going. He's not intimidated by anything. A couple big home runs, back-to-back homers. Sorry, he had a single sandwiched in between there, but they see a 3-run shot looking him at the face. I don't think he's going to go, nah.
And now Canada is stuck 15 here in the top of the 5th inning, approaching that mercy rule mark.
Yeah, they're certainly right at it, so that's why you got to stop it. You're certainly in a position now you need to answer to keep this game going.
Exactly. You do not want to be mercied in the border battle, and here comes Renders. Holy moly, Pearson. That is gone. That may have made a hole in the fence, in the backstop directly behind us.
Even a majority of the Canadian fans are hands on their head, on their ears, going, oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Yes. Bit of a nightmare for Canadian fans here. And Renders coming in and giving up a 3-run shot. That's not something that you want to be stuck with here. Here's Wegman. He takes that pitch deep and high. There's a shot down the line, should not stay fair. Now Wegman plays with a 2-2 count. None on after that 3-run shot from Pearson. Full count. Top of the 5th. The Americans lead 29-11. And he takes that, just gets under it. Will Steele Lewis find it? Yes, he does. Easy catch for Lewis. No one on, so they can bring the ball in quick.
Second
softly.
out?
Yes, it is the second out, but Team USA, I don't think outs are just a number for them, it's just like age.
Greg Cannell's going to make this a double bat around inning, it looks like.
Wow. Team USA putting on a clinic. There's your solo shot from Greg Cannell. That's the 8th home run?
9th, I think.
The 9th home run for Team USA.
I have 9. That is home run 9.
So 30-11, they've reached the magic number. And there's a shot from Yates. That goes through. Nectal making the play to get it in and keeping Yates to first base. Team Canada seems to be grasping at straws here. Cannot answer back to this incredibly strong Team USA batting lineup.
Yeah, it's like at this point walked around in the dark in a room you don't know looking for the light switch. They have no answers.
That's scary.
It's scary. You're probably standing out there not having a clue how to stop this. Canada's done nothing wrong here.
No, he has not. He's inherited a very difficult game coming in for relief. Getting that 3-run shot off of him. And there's a great play to get the 3rd out of the inning. Justin Pinnell making the catch. It was bound to happen sometime, but Team USA puts up a beating on the Canadians in the top of the 5th. Team Canada down 30-11. We have their at-bats up after this.
Take one empty field, round up a group of players, add 3 bases, plus 1 home plate, throw in a softball, and add an umpire. It's not hard to get a game of softball going, and to keep it going from the time you're 4 till you're 84. softball. Get in the game.
Welcome back. The bottom of the 5th inning. Team Canada down 19 to Team USA here at this border battle. The finale of this wonderful weekend here in Kitchener, presented by Hawk Sports Network and Humber College. I'm Natalie Stoberman. This is John Evans. And we've basically been watching the wheels fall off for Team Canada.
Yeah, Team USA started strong, 3 runs in the first, 7 in the second, 2 goose eggs, which then was quickly followed up by a 20-run inning.
Justin Pinnell, the first baseman, lets that one go. A legal pitch from Travis Clark.
There is one defensive change, Natalie. It looks like Ben Dunn is into center.
Oh, look what I found, Clark. Sorry, Pinnell. Not today, says Travis Clark.
And Corey Briggs has moved over to right field, and it looks like Brian Wegman has been removed from this game for some defensive reasons. And
Team Canada is playing with their last 2 outs here if they cannot string at least 5 runs together, or they will get mercied here at the border battle finale. There's a shot there.
It's going to get past Jeremy Yates.
Jeremy Yates can't play with it. Andrews making it with a stand-up double with 1 out against the Americans here. That'll bring up Curtis Niebel, the second baseman, to do some work here. The magic number is 5 runs that Team Canada needs at this point to stay in the game so far in this 5th inning.
Yeah, that 5-inning mercy, 15 or more. Team Canada needs to knock 5 off the current U.S. lead.
Curtis Niebel taking an illegal pitch here, playing with a 2-1 count, 1 out, runner on second. Niebel getting under this one. That looks like she gone. Ben Dunn watches as that goes over. There's a 2-run shot for Team Canada. Now the magic number is 3 for the Canadians to keep their hopes alive of winning the border battle on home soil.
Yeah, certainly goal number 1 here in that is get to the next inning, get to the 6th inning.
That's right, Kyle Nechtel, that high leg kick. Oh, look what I found! Kyle Pearson with a great snag, like a cat. Meow, meow. 2 outs here. Canada's on the ropes. Ron Nadelin about to dig in here, but Team USA calling time. I'm sure they realize what's happening here. I see some smiles along the infield, knowing that this could be the very last out of the game. Travis Clark probably reassessing, making sure that he's focused. But there's an illegal pitch to Nadalin off the plate. 2-1 count. There's a strike. Nadalin, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a chopper to shortstop. Will it make it over? There it is. Team USA wins the border battle. Kevin Bazat with the play to end it all. The red, white, and blue mercy the Canadians 30-13 in this finale, and they take home the title. They have the belt.
Yeah, redemption, that's that magic 30 number. We talked about it for 3 days, and kind of fitting that the U.S. is going to end the tournament here with a 30-run score. Team Canada knew what they had to do run-wise, and the U.S. got them a little flat-footed there in the 5th inning when put up those 20 runs and put an end to this ball game.
And Team Canada did put up a fight, but when you have an opponent like the Americans that are so strong offensively, and they utilized their home runs right away. They did not sit back and let the game dictate. They dictated the game from the get-go. And I think that's the mindset that you need when the marbles are on the table. And it won. It worked out in USA's favor, and now they get to celebrate as they go home all across the United States. Until next year, they have the pride of being the Border Battle champions. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend on Hawk Sports Network, presented by Humber College and Kahunaverse Sports. I'm Natalie Stoberman. John Evans, thank you so much for being such a great color commentator, and thank you for joining us again. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Now to present our Border Battle Trophy, Hugh Mitchell, the CEO, Ron Hopper, Board of Directors, and Tony Cardelos, our event director, to our Border Battle Champions 2018, Team USA! Thank you for coming out today, folks. The Sea of Red, fantastic job, the Team Canada, both sides. Congratulations to both Team USA ladies and the men. It's been an amazing event. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you down the road.